MedShake.
Hi, I'm Anca, and this is the place to be to hear about the latest tech trends in healthcare. Imagine this. You've just had a checkup. The nurse takes your blood pressure, you tell the doctor about your weird chest pain, they update something in your chart, and then what? The data sits there, quietly, in your electronic health record, not connected to anything else you've experienced, not compared to other people like you, not used to spot problems before they happen. So today we're talking about something surprising. Why don't doctors use all of our data? You might think they do, but it's actually much more complicated than that. And new technologies are changing the relationship doctors have with your health data and the way they share it with others. Welcome into the Meta Health. Let's start with what's actually in your medical file. Your electronic health record includes the notes your doctor writes, your prescriptions, your lab results, scans, diagnoses, and sometimes even data from wearable devices if they're connected. It's rich, it's complex, it's very personal. But here's the twist. Most of it stays locked in silos. Your general practitioner can't always access your hospital record. Your cardiologist might not see what your endocrinologist prescribed. And even if all the data were in one place, nobody's sitting down to analyze it line by line. Why? Well, because doctors are pressed for time, health data is messy and unstructured, and privacy laws make it really hard to use that data at scale. So even though you've got gigabytes of useful health information, only a tiny fraction is actually used to guide your care. Now, let's say your hospital wants to use patient data and improve outcomes, maybe by training an AI to predict when people are likely to return to the ER. That sounds like a great use case, right? But here's the catch. They can't just send out thousands of patient files to researchers, companies, or collaborators who might want to help them analyze it. Why not? Because those files are packed with personal details, names, birth dates, medical histories, even clues hidden in scans, and sharing them could violate privacy laws. Even if a hospital wants to advance research or train AI models, they can't just export their patient data and hand it over. It's risky, complex, and often even illegal without strict safeguards. And even anonymized data, where names are stripped out, can sometimes be reverse engineered. Now, beyond the official reasons like privacy and regulation, there's also another, quieter barrier to data sharing: uncertainty about value. Hospitals and clinics may not always see a clear return on investment for data sharing. Who benefits if a new AI tool is trained using their records? What's the business model? Who owns the insights generated from that data? Until these questions are answered and the incentives are aligned, many organizations are hesitant to let their data out of sight, no matter how anonymized or useful it might be. So a lot of hospitals just don't share it at all. And that means AI systems are starved of the very data that could make them smarter and more helpful. This is where things get interesting. Enter synthetic data. This is one of the cleverest things happening in health tech right now. Instead of using real patient records, researchers are using AI to generate new but fake patient data. It looks, behaves, and follows the same patterns as the real thing, but it doesn't belong to anyone. Imagine this. An algorithm learns from thousands of real diabetes patients and then creates completely artificial patients with similar lab results, symptoms, and treatment responses. No real person behind them, no risk of exposure, no need to rely on real data blocked in hospitals. It's like building a parallel universe of patients, a giant digital sandbox. Researchers can then use this data to test new AI models, simulate outcomes, or even make up for the missing bits and pieces in the datasets that they actually succeeded in getting access to. Some companies are already offering this as a service. they can take a hospital's database and generate a synthetic clone, rich in detail, safe for sharing. And the best part? Studies show that synthetic data can be just as useful as real data for many research and AI tasks. For example, a 2023 review found that synthetic data preserved key statistical properties of real datasets and proved effective in training AI models for predicting health outcomes, with results closely matching those obtained using real-world data. Similarly, some papers show how hospitals can run queries on synthetic patient cohorts with near identical insights to real data, all without triggering privacy reviews. We're talking similar accuracy, similar patterns, and way more flexibility, especially when real data is scarce, biased, or locked behind institutional walls. But it's not just about synthetic records anymore. We're entering the era of digital twins, where your data doesn't just sit in a file, it becomes a virtual version of you. Digital twins are like high-fidelity simulations of your body, built using your scans, your labs, even your genetics. Doctors can use them to test treatments in silico on your twin before trying them on you. For example, researchers are creating digital twins of patients' hearts to simulate arrhythmias and test where to place catheters for treatment. Other hospitals are testing digital twins that are being used for people with type 2 diabetes, suggesting custom diets and lifestyle changes for each individual based on how their body responds. We're not just analyzing data anymore, we're simulating humans. And that's where things get exciting. The data you generate throughout your life, from wearables, checkups, and even your medical history, could power a living model of your health, guiding decisions and helping prevent diseases before it strikes. But again, only if we can access, use, and trust that data, safely and ethically. This episode was just the beginning. In the next ones, we'll dive deeper into what synthetic data actually is, how it's created, and what it can do. Then, we'll explore digital twins, how a virtual version of you could one day guide your health. Thank you so much for listening, and I will see you soon for another tech adventure in healthcare.